Buff Nation!
Let's go! Friday
vibes at the DNVR bar. This is DNVR Buffs Primetime, presented by Illegal Pete's. Check out any of their 10 Colorado locations for happy hour, 3 to 6 p.m. every single day. My name is Jake Schwanitz, RK sitting next to me. How's your Friday been?
It has been fantastic.
Good.
Yes. Great Broncos show. Great bet show. About to have a great Buff show.
Of course.
And we're talking about one of my favorite things. I don't know. Do you just know this about me from like being around me that I love uniforms?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I figured, yeah, you probably know me well enough at this point.
I've watched enough DNVR content throughout the years to know that you're very into the uniforms and particularly the selection of which uniforms for which games and stuff. So.
For sure. And I think that just stems from the fact that my favorite team since I was a kid has the best possible colors. You legitimately cannot beat black and gold. I'll say it a million times. It's not possible.
It's pretty good.
No one can even come close.
No, especially when you're Oregon and you're trotting out duck uniforms and stuff like that.
That's one of the when Colorado beat Oregon the year of the rise, interception in the end zone to clinch the game. One of the sweetest parts about that is Oregon was literally wearing duck costumes. Like, I'm not talking about like they were wearing duck no. They were dressed up like ducks. They literally wore orange socks to mimic the idea of like the orange feet of ducks.
Yeah.
It was some psycho shit.
People go crazy over those too.
People are so weird, dude.
They are.
They like that mascot. I mean, we went over this already.
It's true. We don't have to get back into puddles. We'll talk about the uniforms a little bit later on. We do have a little bit of news to talk about today. We talked about him yesterday. Marcus Goree, the 3-star safety cornerback / athlete, announced he will be committing tomorrow. He coming?
We don't have a crystal ball yet. Not that that's the end all be all. The end ball be all be ball. But I've got my fingers crossed. We still haven't been able to find a connection between him and Eugene Goree. I just feel like there has to be one. Unless that's just a common name in like Tennessee or something.
Right.
I don't know if there's state-based names.
Well, that's the thing is they're both out of Tennessee. Marcus Goree, of course, Marcus Goree Jr. though.
Yep. I guess we should look to see if we could probably find the name of Eugene's siblings. Maybe he has a Marcus.
That makes him his nephew. Sleuthing.
I got some news for you, Jake.
Yeah.
It is February 17th.
Okay.
It is 55 and sunny in Colorado
today.
Is.
Beautiful.
We tried it snowed. What day did it snow? 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Snow's gone.
Yep.
There's a little bit left on the grass and stuff, but completely off the roads, completely off the trees. 55 and sunny. A beautiful, beautiful day in Colorado. This winter has actually been like unseasonably snowy.
It really has been terrible.
It doesn't really bother me all that much, but this is like the norm. You'll get a snow and then it's just gone the next day. So
I don't hate
55
the
and
snow.
sunny in February.
It's not the snow that bothers me. It's the days after when it's just a mess. Like there's still like half ice, half like melted snow all over the place.
People are starting to
they're recognizing
to realize NHJ has arrived.
Oh, we're here.
And a pink shirt to go with it.
Pink shirt too.
Feeling bold today.
Friday vibes, man.
Let's go.
Anyway, Marcus Goree, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. He put a tweet on his Twitter account. Super Max 100 is the site that it's going to be streamed on.
Oh, I thought that was just what he tweeted.
No. So tomorrow, 6:30.
Man, I feel like if you go to a website called Super Max 100 at work, you might get flagged.
Yeah.
Good thing it's Saturday.
That's true. Exactly. The other news we have to talk about, ESPN's Adam Rittenberg published an article today on ESPN titled Colorado's Deion Sanders says he won't settle for mediocrity. Some interesting quotes in there. They talked about the portal. He talked about Boulder and just coming here himself. Talking about Boulder and the expectations, he said it's a whole different level of expectation around here. You got to be able to play the game. So a certain level that might have been welcome, that level is no longer welcomed here. It's a whole different game now.
And you know what I was just thinking? He's the first one to do this at Colorado. To walk in and not say, like, this is going to take a minute.
Yeah.
Like, that's all we've ever heard is, like, coaches essentially buying themselves time before they ever coached anything. Introductory press conference saying, hey, this is going to be a long process. Rome wasn't built in a day. Blah, 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 blah. Coach Prime walked in and was like, we're done losing. Get with it or get out.
Yeah. I'll skip this quote about Boulder because he did talk about the transfer portal, and particularly that meeting he had telling players basically to jump in the portal. He was asked about it. He said, it's not a hard message because here's the thing. A lot of people are used to being lied to. The players coming in, they're coming to play. They're not coming to sit. So if you've been here, you're chilling, you're thinking your spot's good. That's not the case. You've got guys wanting to play with top talent each and every position.
Wasn't that Shador who had that quote?
Was it Shador? Well, there you go.
I think that
Shador's
was
saying it too, so it's trickling down.
Yeah, I think that was attributed to Shador in there. But yeah, I mean, it's true.
The culture's changed.
It's true, and like, I think that they're still working on this with, trying to get some guys to hit the portal. But he's right. These guys that are coming in through the portal, the Jordan Dominics of the world, the Shane Kochs of the world, they're coming here for a few reasons, but one of them is because they expect to play right away, which means if you play that position, they probably have a leg up on you from a talent perspective in the first place.
Right.
But also from like, they were, and this isn't the end all be all, but they were told they're going to play when they are committed here. So,
the quote about Boulder said, this place is beautiful, and I'm pretty sure with the lack of success, people get complacent around here. They don't understand the beauty and the diamond you have, and they just walk around fulfilling obligations for a job instead of being happy, enthusiastic, and just proud to be in this position. He's not pulling any punches at all.
He's not. And it's got to be true of some people. That being said, I know some people that work up there and have for a long time who are absolutely passionate and excited and love the program and are happy to be a part of everything and certainly never wanted to lose.
Right.
I get his message, which is that like losing is top to bottom, right? And like I said, I'm sure there are people who are guilty of that, but there's also people who are still there, and I think they're there for a reason because they weren't guilty of that.
For sure. Ready to talk some uniforms?
Yes.
But first, tell you guys about Breckenridge Brewery and DNVR teaming up for 2 game day experiences, 2 ticket giveaways.
Wait, hit the thumbs up if you like No Hat Jake.
There you go. First giveaway for the Avs, March 9th. That's a Thursday. They're playing the LA Kings. We're giving away 2 tickets, Section 102, Row 5, with Lexus Club access parking and DNVR gear. Same for the Nuggets. That game is on March 30th. That is also a Thursday, playing the New Orleans Pelicans. 2 tickets, Lexus Club access parking pass, and DNVR gear. Head on over to thednvr.com/BreckSweeps and complete the form to enter. Must be 21 or older. Links are also in the show description, and winners will be selected 1 week before each game. And then shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're about to FAQ, but there's no games to watch while we're FAQing today.
Yes. And for those of you who don't know what that stands for, that would be Friday Afternoon Club.
Yep.
Which is, that was made famous in Boulder, right?
Was it really?
Yes. So way back in the day at the Harvest House Hotel in Boulder, Millennium Harvest House, they started a thing called the Friday Afternoon Club. Now, I'm sure it had been done in other places, but the idea was Friday afternoon, they bring in these bands, they have like beer tubs, everyone goes and parties in this like courtyard at the hotel, and it started to get like insane. To to where like people are getting like rolled out of there in like wheelbarrows because they're so drunk. There was definitely like a drug culture that was going on there. I think there's an article that you can go find in the Daily Camera, just like it's like something about like drug and hookup culture at Friday afternoon club, blah, blah. It went nuts. And then, it became kind of a thing. So it's a fun Google to just look up like Boulder Friday afternoon club and see some of the stories that came out of that. So then when we were, when we rebranded the bar and we were like, we should just have like a thing where people come just to come hang out. I was like, we should do Friday afternoon club. It's legendary in these parts.
Now I know the origin.
There you go.
Anyways, there's no games to bet on
There
today.
is no games.
But DraftKings has you covered. They got NBA No Sweat SGPs. MLB season is starting very, very soon. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up with code DNVR. And new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
People in the comments talking about Buffs legend Eric Bieniemy going to the Commanders.
Yep.
I love EB. I am worried. Now, let me say this. If he goes and succeeds there, he is certainly getting a head job. I don't know. I joked about this on the Broncos. I was like, I have his number. I should just text him and tell him not to take this job. I don't really have that sort of clout with him. But I'm just worried. I think that franchise is where good coaches go to die.
I agree. I mean, if McVay...
Look at everyone that got out of there. McVay, Shanahan, LaFleur. Everyone was like, we got to get the hell out of here.
If they can't make it work, good luck to Eric Bieniemy.
I guess they could have made it. They were successful there, which is why they got other jobs. But
well, I think the best news with that is he may actually become an interim head coach very soon, as soon as next year.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, I think Washington will be... They got some guys still. Good offensive line. You got Dotson and McLaurin outside. Brian Robinson was coming on. I'd be interested to see how
Gibson.
it works. Yeah. All right, let's talk about some uniforms. We're going to be doing another tier list. I love doing tier lists.
I do too. Also, shout out Teasy. Went all in today. 62-36, The Gospel According to Mac, Ralphie documentaries, Downfall of CU, etc. all day today. I'm vested.
Love that.
I don't want to watch the Downfall of CU. That sounds terrible.
What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Count me out.
Let's keep that energy.
I saw it live. I don't need to see it.
You lived through it. All right, Alyssa, whenever you're ready, go ahead and pull up that tier list. We've got, I believe, 17 combinations here. Some of the pictures are a little small, so we'll have to do our best to describe them. But Alyssa also has another link that can show you bigger pages. You can zoom in on that page to Alyssa. So first uniform.
Maybe even like a Command Plus.
If you go to the top right corner, you can. There you go.
There we go. All right, now we can see it a little bit.
Okay, so first uniform down there in the corner, white, black, white. Ryan.
White, black, white. I'm not a fan. I think it's okay. Maybe this is just me, but I think anything that's white color white reminds me of like Pee Wee uniforms, because you always have white pants in Pee Wee football, and you always have white helmets, or usually have white helmets. So it looks amateurish to me. The last time I did this, I said that, and people hated it. But not great for me. I'm going to say that's a C tier.
There you go. We went with no D tier again because, I don't know.
If you're a D, you might as well be an F.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So white, black, white into C tier. Next one is the 1940s Ralphie helmet. Alyssa, it's in that Buffs Wire page. So this is actually, this web page Alyssa's on is Colorado Buffaloes Wire, the USA Today, I guess, Buffs people. I don't know how else to describe it. But they had a bunch of these on there, and we're going to see a bunch of them. There it is. That's the helmet that made everyone upset a few weeks ago when I posted it.
Yeah, why were people upset about that?
I don't know. I think it's pretty fresh.
Yeah, so this is interesting because this isn't really, we're not talking about the uniform per se, but it is, in this case, black, white, black, which I don't hate. And I love that LaVisca in this picture also went black, white, black, white, black with the socks and shoes, which looks clean. I love this helmet. I love the logo. I also think that, like, when you incorporate logos like this, it gives you the opportunity to sell more merch.
Right.
And I was all over it when they brought this helmet back, and then they brought some merch with it on it. I got some of it. So I'm going to say that helmet specifically is A tier.
Love it. Yeah, I think, when I mentioned it, people lost their minds, but I do think it'd be cool to bring this one back, at least for a game.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to show it off. Next one, there's not a picture on that site, Alyssa, but this is gold, white, white.
Gold, white, white is solid. I pretty much love when the jersey and pants match.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that's helmet and then the jersey and pants matching, I'm gonna like. As far as those combos go, though, I think this is the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put it in the B tier.
Yeah. Well,
yes. B.
We'll get to the Stormtroopers, but this one it's almost there, but not quite. You need the whole white out to really give it that effect, I think. Yep. Next one is Alex Fontenot in the gold, white, black. One of the more traditional looks.
Yes, and a 3-color look, something I normally don't love, but this one specifically is arguably the second best road look we have. And it's the look that they rocked during the Miracle of Michigan. A lot of the legendary Colorado moments that you can remember from road games are in this combo. So I am going to put this in the A tier.
Love it. Yeah, this is a sharp one. Gets all the colors in there. And it's just not as awkward as the gold, white, whites when you have the black pants.
100%.
Next one, I don't think there's a picture for this one, Alyssa. So this is silver, black, silver.
This one is interesting. And I have a feeling that the Coach Prime Buffaloes are going to really like the silver. So a lot of people who I think didn't like this are going to have to get used to it a little more. The one thing I don't like about it is it has Raiders vibes.
Yeah.
But you should know, and when I say you, I mean everyone, the Raiders took this look from the Buffs, straight up. Like in the original version of when the Raiders started going with that color scheme, there was an interview and one of them mentioned, like, I like this look that Colorado uses. And that was back when Colorado used the silver helmets, which we've seen, and we actually talk about with the Ralphie horns and whatnot.
Yep.
So they had a silver, black, silver before the Raiders had it. So I can't knock it too much for that. That being said, this one's like a fun thing that I would never want to be more than once a year, I would say. So I'm going to put it in the B tier.
Yeah, I agree. I just think there's better looks that they can come out with. I do like when they wear, do we have the all silvers? Oh yeah, we do. So we'll get to the all silvers. Those are better than this, I think.
Okay.
Next one, silver, white, silver. There's not a picture for this one either, Alyssa.
It's the same thing for me. I'll put it right back in the B tier for all the same reasons. It's a decent look. It just doesn't scream Buffs to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Next one, though, the All Blacks.
Okay. The All Blacks, including the helmet?
All Blacks. Helmet, shirt, or helmet, jersey, pants, socks, cleats.
There they are. I have a hard time with this one, Jake. A very hard time with this one. Because
the man that wears all black.
And that's the hard time I have. Because I love all black. The more black, the better. Except for this one very difficult fact that I can't get past. The Colorado Buffaloes have never won a football game wearing black helmets.
Really?
Ever.
Wow.
So that makes it hard for me to love this. 0 good memories.
Maybe it's time to break out the All Blacks a lot more and build some new ones with Coach Prime then.
Yep. And someone might correct me on that they've won it with, they've just never won in all black. Either way, my point stands for this specific uniform. The black helmets don't have great juju. So I think I have to put it C tier.
Wow, really? I like the look personally, but you overrule me here, so.
You can move it.
Hey, you're like Mr. Buff, man.
I don't want that much power.
Well, you have that much power. This one's a little cut off. Go ahead.
And Poles mentions in the comment that specific helmet is actually worse because they went with like the blackout buff on the black helmet.
Yeah.
On TV, you can't see that at all. That just
Right.
looks like they're wearing blank black helmets, which is something that I think has to be considered. Even with the 1940s helmet, they went with like a bold, dark gold on that helmet, even though it was still shiny. It was a darker hue, which I love on like gear and stuff. But on a black helmet, it kind of like sunk into the helmet a little bit, especially on TV. So if they do bring that back, I'd like them to liven up and brighten up the gold a little bit so it pops more.
Sticking with the black, how about black, silver, black?
Black, silver, black.
I don't think there's a picture of this one, Alyssa. You can try, though.
Stays with the black helmet. It's going to have to be C for me.
Dang. Ruthless with the black helmets, man.
Hey, all of this can change. There it is. All of this can change with Coach Prime. I'm not holding that against him, so I'm not going to bring this up if they wear black helmets during a game this year because I'm just saying, that's old shit. This is the Coach Prime era. But I have to talk about how I feel right now, and it just doesn't feel good when I see black helmets.
Fine, fair. Yeah,
C.
what did we put in that? C. Next one then, away from the black helmets, silver, white.
I think I'm in the minority here. I adore the silver helmets.
Really?
I think they're so sick. And like I said, I love when we go monochrome with the rest of it. So I'm going to throw this up there in the A tier.
A tier, love it. Finally one back in the A tier. This one,
I'm saving the S tier.
well, I think we might get our first one here. Gold, black, gold.
Nope.
No?
Still A tier.
Okay.
And I think everyone can agree with me on this. The only problem with this uniform, or else it would be S tier, and it has been S tier in past iterations. The gold on the helmets doesn't match the gold on the pants. And I actually talked to someone who is in the business of making uniforms, and they basically said with the current materials that they use for pants, which are supposed to be like high performance and cooling and all these things, they can't get them to be shiny. Like they can't use the things that they used to use in the pants to make them shine without essentially sacrificing comfort, performance, all of that stuff. So because of it, it's still A tier. It's still a great look. It's the most classic Colorado Buffaloes uniform. But you can just see it in that picture. Like that bold gold on the helmet is amazing. And then you have to go with this like lighter, lamer gold on the pants.
Yep. That's true. Well, then how about gold, white, gold?
Gold, white, gold. Not a fan. It's a little like Boston College-y for me.
Little Notre Dame-ish, too.
Little Notre Dame-ish as well, yeah. That's a very old gold, white, gold.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm putting it in the C tier.
Dang. All right, then. We're saving the S tier for the special ones.
Yes,
I love that.
the S tier is the
It's
S
truly
tier for a
S
reason.
tier, yes.
Coach Prime was in the S tier.
He was.
Because of the coach rankings.
Yeah. Maybe they should take this list into consideration.
Someone said this is all highly controversial. Yeah, I mean, we're basically just basing it off of my opinion. Yeah. So, I mean, everyone's opinion on these things is purely aesthetic based on what they like. So, yes, it is all highly controversial. But that's what's fun about this. I appreciate everyone's disagreements and thoughts on this.
I mean, you nailed it when we did the coaching tier list. So.
But there can be no right and wrong in this. I can just only give what I think.
Gold, black, black.
The greatest uniform in the history of sports.
Wow.
Bar none, hands down.
There it is.
This cannot be beat. We can never beat it. No one else can ever beat it. It's the best football uniform ever. It's the S tier.
S tier. Love it. Yeah, it's a great look, man. You don't have to deal with the gold kind of mismatching on any of the uniform or anything.
Dude, and it just pops. That's the 62-36 uniform. So many other legendary games when they're wearing that. And it's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you just see the team come out in that, they just look like they're about to kick some ass.
Yep. I love this one quite a bit. The all-white Stormtrooper unis.
I do too. And I just have to make a tough decision now whether I'm willing to let anything join the greatest sports uniform of all time, and I just don't think I am. So it's going to be in the A tier.
Fair enough. Personally, I'd put it in the S tier. I think that's my favorite combination.
I have to, like, I love that uniform.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who like really don't like that it's called the Stormtroopers because the Stormtroopers are notably like really easy to kill.
Yeah.
So I understand that gripe, but in terms of just like swag and how it looks on the field, I love it. I would love the gold helmet to have a more gold Ralphie on it, because of the like when they originally debuted that white helmet, they went with like that kind of, I think they call it Vegas gold, that they use on like the Nike gear.
Yeah.
I'd like a shiny gold on that helmet, but other than that, it's
so like the 1940s Buff logo gold.
If there was a tier, yes, if there was a tier between S and A, I would put this in that.
Okay.
Everyone wants it on the S tier. If you want it in the S tier and they want it in the S tier, we can put it in the S tier. It doesn't have to be only my list.
Put it in the S tier, Alyssa. There you go. This might be our only F tier. The UCLA, I don't know what's going on unis.
Yeah, we should just not even put it on there. But yeah, we can put it in the F tier so it's not so lonely down there. That's not even us.
Yeah.
It's like we're wearing a costume.
Yeah. Literally opposite days.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
How about the old school Buffalo Horns unis? They got the yellow jerseys on in this photo.
This is so bad, dude. This is so bad.
The yellow jerseys is not a good
The
look.
helmet, kind of sick.
Yes.
Bring it back. I'm in. Wear that with like white or black. I'm in. This specific uniform though, as D tier.
We don't have a D tier. You got to make a decision.
So it's a C tier. It's
C tier.
I'm not gonna banish it to the shadow realm with that awful light blue.
All right, this next one is on that page, Alyssa. It's kind of old school just in terms of the stripes on the jerseys, but it's black, white, black, just old school jersey-ish.
It's lame. I don't know. Especially that version of it. Can we go back to the tier list? I got to see who I want to who I wanted to keep company with. I am going to say that is C tier.
There you go. I do like the stripes on the jerseys, though. Particularly the ones that they wore, the gold, black that they wore for the TCU.
People are losing it over that throwback uniform. That was like a one-off. They were playing Wyoming. I don't know why that's notable, but I just remember it.
Yeah.
They wore those unis because it was like some sort of anniversary. Oh, it was the Byron Whizzer white uniforms. And it was some sort of like honoring him, which pretty sick person to have in your history.
Sure.
He was a complete star at CU. Then he led the NFL in rushing. Then he went to war. Then he eventually became a member of what is the word I'm looking for? What's the highest court? Supreme Court.
Oh.
He was on the Supreme Court while also being a badass football player. So that's why
That's an amazing resume, man.
Yeah, it's maybe the best resume ever.
Really can't top it. Last one then. The all silvers. Your opinion.
This one is controversial, I would say, in Buff Nation. It's one that I think people are going to have to accept because Jackson State had the same look.
Yeah.
And they loved it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's one that's going to be in the mix. For me, it's B tier.
Okay. There it is.
What do you think?
I do like the all silvers. I just like the all blacks or like the grit or gold black and the stormtroopers more.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to having it more involved, but like strictly a one-off all silver.
Yeah, that's what I think. The B tier is like made for one-off.
Mm-hmm.
The B and C are made for like once a year, once every couple years, maybe. Mm-hmm. The S tier is this should absolutely be worn in the biggest games.
Mm-hmm.
The A tier is like, this is going to be part of your classic rotation always.
Right.
It's going to be, you're going to have one game a year where you wear this no matter what. The B tier is like, yeah, if we're feeling it, we'll work this in. The C tier is if we have an open spot, this one makes it. The F tier is pretend this never happened.
What if they go with like...
Oh, and maybe that means that the F tier should have the other one. I don't know where to... like, that uniform should never be worn again. That helmet?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. The helmet with that one, if you put it in with... I don't know, you did that and then... Black, yeah.
That would be sick.
It would be pretty sick.
And again, a one-off. Not bringing that into the rotation, but just another cool thing to say you have it.
I do like the minimalist helmets, though. I've always liked those.
So Garth Rodriguez asked, how long has it been since they had new jerseys? 2015 is when they introduced this version of the uniforms, as I guess I would say broke on the show yesterday.
Yep.
They are not going to have a full new set of uniforms this year. At least I shouldn't say that. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get a full new set of uniforms this year. I'd be confident in saying next year they will. What they can do this year is make tweaks to the stuff they have. So they can put a different decal on the helmets. They can maybe put something on the pants. They can add something to the jerseys, those sort of things. So expect to see changes. Just don't expect to see a whole new rollout of a new set of uniforms. But I think they're going to do their best to have some fun new touches on this set of uniforms.
Can't wait. The uniforms are a hot topic. I'm sure we'll be talking about them a lot more.
That being said, I'll never bet against Coach Prime. If he wants it, he might just get it.
Yeah, that's true. Man's got a lot of power. Get your questions in now, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. We'll get to your questions. But before, I need to tell you guys about our friends at Green Mountain Dental Group. Green Mountain Dental Group have been a supporter of DNVR from the very beginning. We've had countless fans and our own staff convert to Green Mountain Dental and never look back. They're located just 15 minutes from downtown Denver and Lakewood. Dr. Ben and his team have you covered. From general dentistry to orthodontics and removing those pesky wisdom teeth. To make an appointment or find out more information, check out their website at greenmountaindentalgroup.com today. Shout out Green Mountain Dental.
Really quick, I want to know which uniform you think we got the most wrong in the comments. So what one did we rank? Were we the most off on?
That the comments loved?
I just want the comments to say, like, you were totally wrong about this one being in the B tier. I'm curious what everyone thinks.
Yeah, let us know.
Silver Buff with a very biased take here.
Yeah. What's up, Silver Buff? Shout out, man. Call it right now. First home game against Nebraska. What's the combo?
Gold, black.
Just keep it
It
traditional.
just has to be.
Yeah.
Just has to be. I mean, call back to 62-36. It's the first opportunity to wear a home uniform, and I just hope that someone tells Coach Prime, like, this is the vibe. Now, you don't really get to tell Coach Prime what to do, but you can just say, like, hey, here's the history, here's the thing, this would be the move. Like I've committed, I will not complain about whatever they choose because it is not about me. It is about 18-year-old kids.
Right. I feel like that CSU game could be an opportunity to do like a one-off uni.
Yep. Inferior opponent.
Non-con.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of what they did when they first rolled these out, is like the worse the team, the more crazy they got with the combination.
Nick also says all silver. I Swear Sports says all black, silver, black. He liked that one. People are shouting out the Stormtrooper again. Wrong about the mustards, Jared said.
Where do you want those? Maybe F.
Yeah. They can only go down.
We already said this. They would be F if it wasn't for the helmet. The helmet is a redeeming quality.
Right.
Someone called them the bad mustache helmets.
I do like the minimalist helmets, but yeah, it is kind of...
It looks like a curly mustache.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like too aggressive with the swoosh to be a Ram.
I love that these comments love talking about uniforms. Whenever I talk about it on the Broncos, there's like half people who are interested in it, half people are like, this isn't talk about ball.
Well, we got a lot of Jackson fans who saw Coach Prime just...
That's true.
Have that team dripping constantly.
E-Love said, what uniforms would they wear for TCU? We've already talked about this. Stormtroopers for sure.
All the way.
We need to find something else that wore all white that didn't get killed easily.
The
Yetis?
The Yetis.
It's kind of fire.
Yeah, can you be have a Yeti uniform when you're the Buffaloes, though?
Why not?
Well, you're like changing animals at that point, though.
But one is real and one is fake.
I guess so.
Also, like a nod to the Avalanche, who used to have a Yeti as their mascot.
Okay. Let us know. What should we call the All Whites if Stormtroopers is out?
I think I agree. Like the most controversial one seems like is the All Black, because All Black should be dope.
Yeah.
I have hard feelings towards them.
We didn't put it on there, but how'd you feel about the Ralphie 5 tribute ones, where they just had the 5 on the helmet?
Oh,
the Roman numeral script.
Those were odd. I didn't think they nailed the font of the Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Those are, but I liked the idea. I like the idea of like honoring things. They even did for like breast cancer ones, like pink Ralphies.
Oh, really?
On black helmets. So they've had some interesting ones. You know what we didn't do was the Cliff Branch ones. Those were sick.
S tier.
Yes, but that's gold, black. So
yes, exactly.
Got to be S tier.
Yep. CU looks too much like Vanderbilt with the Ralphie 5 uniform ones.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, it's not quite the Vanderbilt V, of course, but it
has the V in it.
Question time? Big Teasy, another super chat. What is up? Will you have a list of us from the show for when we meet at spring game? I don't know if we can even keep a list. There's going to be a lot of people coming down.
What we should do is have like name tags.
Yeah.
People can write their YouTube comment or website comment or Discord name, Twitter name, whatever they want to be recognized by.
There you go. We'll think of something, I'm sure. We'll figure it out. Gavin, how do you feel about the chrome dome helmet? Best uniform to pair with it, too.
Are we talking gold chrome? Silver chrome, usually, I guess.
Why not both?
Well, without specifying, I guess you would probably be talking about silver, considering chrome itself is silver.
Right.
I think that's cool. I'm always going to say monochrome underneath. So all white or all black with that would be sick. I have a hard time imagining the chrome silver. I could see the chrome gold, and I bet you it's coming.
Yeah.
Chrome silver doesn't seem to... It would seem a little forced, especially with like the current uniforms.
Right.
Just because there's already like a shiny element on the numbers.
Well, you get into the issue you have with the golds, where the shininess of the silver helmet doesn't really match the silver of the actual threads.
Yeah, for sure.
They should break it out at least once, though. Next question. Elfridi, as a newbie starting on March 24th, would you add a segment highlighting the players on the spring roster? Call it 21 days of spring roster leading into the spring game on the 22nd. We can do something like that.
Yeah,
we have plenty of time to fill.
It'll be interesting to see as we lead up to the spring game if the roster changes.
Right.
So we know that Coach Prime has kind of alluded to the fact that he expects some people to leave and expects some people to come during spring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a ton of like spring game preview stuff as we get closer. We're still a little bit less than, or a little bit more than a month away. So
let's get to 200 likes before we finish here.
Let's do it. Next question from Wayne. Number 1 edge rusher and 5-star from Duncanville, Texas. Colin Simon volunteered to come out to the CU spring game, even though he crystal balled to LSU and Georgia. Prime grab another.
Well, that's what we talked about yesterday. The kid from Texas.
Oh, that's him?
Yep.
Oh, Simmons. Okay, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Colin Simmons, is that it?
I think it is. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be an unofficial, it sounds like, if he says he volunteered to come out for...
Yeah.
Either way, getting him on campus is huge. I mean, you're going to change some minds that day if you have a full Folsom Field for a spring game.
Mm-hmm.
The contrast picture, like, we should be prepared to be the first one to put this out, especially since you'll be up in the press box. Like, we got to find a press box picture from last year's spring game.
Oh, yeah.
And then as soon as it's full, like last year versus this year, that's going to be an insane contrast.
You need to ask Henry for that spring game picture. Then.
There we go. He's definitely got it.
Yeah, man. We already know Williams Nwaneri is going to be there. It sounds like they're gearing up for a massive recruiting weekend for the 24 class for the spring game.
And what were we told? A special performance, or was it? Did they go that far?
Bucky teased something.
Yeah.
So there will be more than a football game.
Is that what it was? I can't remember exactly what it was.
We'll find out in all due time. PD Swag, burning question. Can we expect to see No Hat Jake at the new Friday afternoon club repping the Roman sponsorship? Not today. Maybe sometime down the line.
Oh my God.
Birdbee, does CU still make media guides?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
At least the digital version.
Right. I don't know. I get a packet every game, but that's in the press box. So.
All right. There you go.
There you go.
Sparky says, what's your favorite piece of CU memorabilia, which we're still 67 likes short of 200? What are we doing today?
Come on.
I know everyone's trying to mail it in here at the end of the week, but
did the Broncos break 200 today?
I don't know. I don't remember.
We can't let that happen.
I'm pretty sure we were close,
We can't
though.
underperform.
Yep. My personal favorite piece of CU memorabilia. Wow. So this is the first thing that's coming to my mind. A guy by the name of Ron Monte caught a last-second walk-off buzzer-beater touchdown against Kansas State. Joel Klatt threw the pass. Fans rushed the field. If I'm guessing the year, I'm going to say 04, but I don't know for sure. So that would put me around 12. Fans rushed the field. Me and my buddy went on the field too. Found Ron Monte, asked for his gloves. He gave one to my buddy, one to me.
Let's go.
So legendary moment for CU, and I have one of the gloves that caught that football.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of a random one. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I have. That's the one that's really sticking out for me. I think I also have a Matt McChesney glove from when they beat Iowa State to go to the Big 12 championship, maybe 02. Seneca Wallace was the quarterback at Iowa State. I don't know if you remember that.
I know that name for sure.
So that was a fun one too.
Seneca Wallace ended up as the backup on a lot of my franchises in Madden.
Yes, because he could run a little bit, right?
Exactly.
So you're like, if I have to go to the backup, I'm going to need to scramble around a little.
Yep.
That's funny.
What else do we got? We got to 151. You guys can still help us out a little bit more.
Someone said, "Where's the CU pennant behind you? We need to work on that."
There's
one up there. It's just not in the shot. It's a little guy with some other little guys.
We do need more CU stuff for back here, though.
Allie has a sick pennant in her office. We should just steal it.
Yeah, just take it.
She also has a dope Cordell Stewart picture in there.
Bring it down here.
I know. We'll just raid it one day. She's not here right now. We might as well.
There you go. There's your opportunity.
Someone said, "Am I a glove collector?" I was when I was a kid with Buffs players because that was the thing you could get them to give you.
Right.
I have a couple wristbands too. But yeah, I had a whole box of these gloves. I still see the kids doing it when they show up to Broncos training camp. They're like, "Can I have your gloves? Can I have your gloves?" And I was like, "Oh, that was me."
Yep. What else do we got? I think that's about it.
We have a Rashawn Salam signed Heisman photo.
Oh,
that's
hell
pretty
yeah.
sick.
Get that in there.
That's technically my dad's, so I don't know if I want to.
We'll work on the studio. We'll definitely get some more CU representation.
For sure. Yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of new notable moments in CU history to add to the collection.
Maybe so many we just deck out Studio B and turn that into Studio Buff.
Yeah. Sparky Buff said, "I remember that game talking about the Ron Monte touchdown." He said, "We still had to kick the ball to Darren Sproles. Was nervous until the end."
Oh, yeesh.
Dude, Darren Sproles in college for Kansas State was
a beast.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that dude. Him and who else was really sick for Kansas State? Jordy Nelson. Just a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Just a beast in college.
Tyler Lockett, too, at K-State.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one.
Yep.
All right. Think that's all we got. I don't see any more questions coming in. Oh, all right. We got one last one. DMJ Music Group says, "I may be late. Do you think they will rock the smoke gray similar to the Prime hoodie?" Yes.
The smoke gray.
Just the silvers.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. They'll definitely bring those out.
Yeah.
Is that it then?
All right.
All right.
162, kind of weak.
Dang.
No Hat Jake. probably not coming back for a while.
Sheesh, I broke it out and just wasn't rewarded.
That's tough, dude.
Wasn't reciprocated well. It's
really
all right.
It's really sad.
We'll have other opportunities. We'll be back on next week. Hit that like button on the way out, guys. We'll talk to you then. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.